All eyes are on TonCoin. TonCoin is the newest addition in the top 10 cryptocurrencies in terms of market cap. Maybe top 10, maybe top 11. That depends what website you're following. On coinmarketcap.com, TonCoin is at 10. On CoinGecko, it's at number 11. The market cap is currently 13 billion. There's a bit of DeFi activity as well in terms of total value locked. According to DeFi Llama, Ton is at place 21 with 351 million. Now have a look at the 1 month change. This is quite a bit of drama. Ton lost half of its value on chain within a single month. That's then how that looks like on a chart. We went from almost 800 million to currently 350. And it's not just because the Ton price went down, also measured in Ton, we have seen quite a bit of a decline. Now, where does this decline come from? It comes from a lot of drama around Telegram. So 1 month ago, I published a video, the TonCoin collapse ? And when we actually saw the drop, a lot of people tuned into the video and the number of subscribers for that video doubled. Of course, I'm not a fortune teller. I could not foresee that the founder suddenly gets arrested in France. So those news came out on the 24th of August. Some fake news followed that apparently the UAE froze a contract to buy fighter jets, but that was later debunked by other media. Now the TVL, the total value locked on chain on the Ton blockchain, fell by 50%. The price of the Ton coin relative to Ethereum fell by roughly 21%. So that's what we're seeing here at the top right. This is a Ton chart relative to Ethereum. So we're trying here to distill the idiosyncratic movements, right? We're trying to remove the ups and downs of crypto as a whole by dividing by Ethereum. And those moves are quite significant. From top to bottom, a drop of 71% and a rise from the bottom to the top of almost 300%. Currently, just on that measure, it seems like we are rather high again. Does this mean that we have to fall from here? Let's have a look at a few on-chain metrics. For example, have a look at the bridged value from Ethereum to the Ton blockchain. So this comes straight out of June Analytics, straight from the blockchain. We have seen 19 million that got moved from Ethereum to Ton. That peaked in the first week of April. So that was over here on this chart, right? The Ton price also increased quite a lot. Since then, though, we don't see that many more transfers from ETH to Ton. We can also have a look at the exact opposite. How many outflows are there? A lot of outflows in the third week of April. So that was over here on the chart. And when we look at the net flows, both together, out and inflows, we see a somewhat concerning downward trend. So bridging means that you're locking in your Ethereum, for example, in a contract, and then the equivalent of those locked tokens get released on the Ton chain, so that you can then use the Ton chain for active trading. The more money, of course, flows into Ton, the better, the more popularity there is, the more DeFi activity there is. When this flow from Ethereum to Ton is slowing down, that's not necessarily that great. There are 3 versions of the token. There's the Ton token directly on the Ton blockchain, there's the Ton token on the Ethereum chain, and there is another ported version on the Binance Smart Chain. Let's have a look at the versions on Ethereum and the Binance Smart Chain, because this is where we've got on-chain data. So this is the total daily trading volume of Ton on both Ethereum plus the Binance Smart Chain. And yes, we do see a bit of activity in the last few days, but clearly the majority happened in February, March, and maybe May of this year. Since then, we don't see that much happening anymore. A lot of activity on the Ton blockchain happens with NOT coin, so the major meme coin on the Ton blockchain. So let's have a look at NOT. This is NOT in US dollars, doesn't look that great, right? A constant downward trend. Here we're looking at NOT relative to Ton, so this does not seem to long-term underperform. Maybe we've got a floor here, and here we've got NOT relative to Ethereum. Also looks like we have maybe a floor. Now, I strongly believe that a lot of crypto prices are driven by liquidity, as in how much fiat currency is currently flowing into the system versus flowing out of the system. And a good measure to figure out where the fiat is flowing is simply to look at the stablecoin market cap, right? Because if you deposit your fiat currency on a centralized exchange, that centralized exchange is going to keep that fiat and then release stable coins on the blockchain for that. So that's what happens during inflow times. when you withdraw your fiat currency, then the stablecoins get destroyed and then the stablecoin market cap goes down. What we see over here is the Terra Luna collapse. And what we see over here is the FTX collapse. So we've seen a quite clear downward trend up until October of last year. Since then, we see an expansion, but that expansion somewhat halted in April of this year. Now let's zoom into that. Again, since April, we have been standstill. Now we tend to pick up. But again, in the last few days, not a lot of money was flowing into crypto. And so I personally tend to be somewhat cautious. I don't like the relative valuation of TonCoin to Ethereum. I'm not sure if there's really that much upside potential, especially given that we have seen these very large crashes in the past. We can also look at a very similar chart. This is the Ton dominance. So how much of all of crypto is currently in TonCoin? And again, we see sometimes quite large drops here, around 60% several times. So far, from the recent top, we have come down by 40%. During uncertain times like this, I prefer to rather bet on falling prices. For example, this one over here, right? This is an altcoin that has a lot of token inflation. A lot of new tokens hit the market every day. And because of that, this chart is going down and we can make money as this is going down. So from the beginning of the year to today, this particular altcoin fell by more than 60%. And I've been short this asset for longer than just the beginning of this year. So if you want to know how to make money with things like this, feel free to check out the premium membership. This is where I share all my trades. This is where I share all my knowledge. There's also an introductory video directly on the website. So that's down below, thebitcoinstrategy.com. If you don't want to pay for premium, there's also a free Telegram. The link is as well down below. Looking very much forward to chatting with you over there as well. Cheers.